Okay, so you've seen the term everywhere, right? Large language model, or LLM. It feels like it just popped up overnight and suddenly it's powering everything. It's changing how we work, how we write, even how we think. But what is an LLM really? Let's get past the buzzword and figure out what's actually happening inside the machine.
I mean, think about it for a second. You ask an AI to write a poem about your cat, or to explain something super complex like quantum physics, and boom. Seconds later, it gives you something that's not just coherent, but creative and, well, it's weirdly human. It feels like total magic. But here's the thing. It's not magic. It's technology. And it all starts with a large language model.
So, first things first. What are these things? Let's pull back the curtain and go from mystery to mastery. At its absolute core, an LLM is a kind of AI that's built specifically for language. Now, the two key words you gotta remember are understand and generate. This isn't just some fancy search engine spitting back things it's seen before. No. It's about actually grasping the context and the meaning of what you're asking, and then creating something totally new. That right there, that's the big leap. So what makes these new models so different from the AI of the past? Well, first, it's the sheer scale of their training. I want you to imagine an AI that has basically read a library the size of the entire internet. Yeah. And because it's seen so much, it's not just a one-trick pony. It can switch from translating German to writing Python code without anyone needing to retrain it. That's the real power behind the names you're hearing all the time, like GPT-4 and Palm. All right, so how does it actually work? How does a simple sentence you type in become a complex, original poem? It can feel like a totally impenetrable black box, but the concept inside is surprisingly, well, elegant. Let's take a peek inside the engine. The big breakthrough here is something called the transformer architecture. It all happens in a few key steps. First up, embedding. This turns your words into numbers, because that's the only language a computer really speaks. Then comes the real game changer, attention. The model scans your prompt and basically puts a spotlight on the words that matter most and how they relate to each other. It's how it knows the it you mentioned refers to the car from 2 sentences ago. That context then gets fed into processing, where this incredibly complex web of virtual neurons sifts through billions of patterns it learned during its training. And finally, you get the output, where it translates all those patterns back into the words that form your answer. Okay, so we've got a sense of the how. Now let's get to the fun part, the what. And this is where it gets really exciting. The capabilities are expanding so fast, you could honestly call them superpowers. Just look at this list. The range here is just staggering. On one hand, it can take a massive 100-page report and give you a perfect one-page summary in seconds. On the creative side, you can ask it for a sonnet about a smartphone, and it'll write it. And then there's the technical stuff. It's not just writing marketing copy anymore. It's writing the actual code for the website. It's pretty wild. This is all amazing in theory, but where does the rubber meet the road? I mean, how is this actually being used out there in the real world right now? The impact is already here, and it's huge. In business, it's that smart customer support bot that actually solves your problem instead of sending you in circles. For education, it's like giving every single student their own personal AI tutor. In healthcare, it's summarizing a patient's entire medical history so a doctor can get to a diagnosis faster. And for software developers, it's an assistant that doesn't just write code, but helps you find the bugs in it too. This isn't science fiction anymore, folks. It's happening today. And listen, if this is what's happening today, it is so clear we are just scratching the surface. This technology is creating a whole new world of opportunity, not just for companies, but for solving some of our planet's biggest challenges. The opportunity really boils down to 3 massive areas. First, we're seeing this incredible wave of innovation as all these new AI-powered tools become possible. At the exact same time, we're getting way more accessibility as language barriers start to crumble and complex information gets easier for everyone to understand. And all of this is driven by a huge leap in efficiency, speeding things up and automating tedious tasks. And these 3 things, they're not separate. They feed each other, creating this powerful cycle that is just rapidly reshaping our world. So, as this technology gets more and more powerful and gets woven deeper into our daily lives, it forces us to ask some really big questions. With all its power to create, to analyze, to communicate, we have to think. So I'll leave you with this. What is the one human task, the one thing we do, that we should decide to never hand over to an AI? Something to think about.